Hey YouTube, this is Gamer Corey, and if you want to learn how to build an automatic melon or pumpkin farm like the one that is currently behind me, stay tuned because we're going to get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with this build. For the most part, everything that you can see down below is everything that you're going to need for this automatic melon or pumpkin farm. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and build this up just a little bit just because I'm going to show you how to build it with a minecart system first. So let's go ahead and go up 1, and then we're going to go basically 8. So we just need to make basically a 3x8 platform, and that's 6, 7, 8, right like so. Perfect. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put another row in the back here, like that. And then we're going to put our dirt in the front of that. That's where everything is going to grow. Now we need our water source, so I'm going to go ahead and come up here. I'm going to build this up just a couple. And we're going to go ahead and throw our bucket there. And we're going to go ahead and throw our stone back like so. There is our water source on that side. We're going to do the same on this side. And like so. Bucket of water in, stone, there we go. And water sources do go out 4 blocks. I've seen a lot of other people kind of make other designs that only go out 2. But this farm is expandable because you could put another series down here and then this just be the middle of it. So like basically a series of 4 or a series of 8, however you want to count it, 8 blocks. So every other one, we're going to go a non-sticky piston. Not sticky. No, not sticky. All right, so then we got to come around the other side here, and we're going to go ahead and put our observers on the back side like that. Now, what we need to do is we need to get our hoppers in here. If you want to have them all running one way, that's perfectly fine. It is completely up to you. Make sure that you are shift-clicking when you do this. We don't want to accidentally open up our hopper. And what we're going to do is we're going to have this one come off to the side here like this. Like that. There we go. So that we can do if we want, we can go ahead and put our chest. Wabam. Perfect. Now that we got that finished, we have one thing left to do, and that is to come along the back side here. And we're gonna run redstone along the entire front. So, or along the entire back. So what that's going to do is when the piston or when the observers detect it, it will send a signal down the entire system and it will push everything out. I've already set the tick count up to 500. So we're going to go ahead and watch this thing work here in just a moment. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves a hoe. So we're going to go ahead and hole this out real quick like that. And then we're going to plant our seeds in front of the observers. There we go. Now it's going to be a little bit noisy because the plants are currently growing. So once we get a melon here in just a moment, the other thing that I like to do before it happens, and you can see that the pistons did fire it in there, and there's 3 pieces of melons. So this will take a little bit more time because I have set the tick count up a lot higher. So having a bigger farm is going to be a lot more beneficial for you. So we got 27. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this back to normal. So this is normal. I put these 2 stone pieces on the side here so that when it does push, it pushes it into the hopper. There's been a few times where it pushes it onto the edges, especially this one down here. And sometimes you'll have it sitting in front of the observer or in front of the pistons, but sometimes if it's in front of the pistons, it'll push again when the next observer updates. So there we go. We got 55 melon slices from this farm, and you can extend it really however far you want. I mean, you can have it miles and miles of systems if you want. You could change out the hoppers for other things if you would like. You could use a water stream that would flow down into a hopper. You could really do whatever you want. I like hoppers. It seems to collect the best, in my opinion. But water is obviously cheaper, and you don't have to worry about all this iron because this is a lot here because we got chest iron. I mean, that's 8 chests and probably a stack of iron just there, and then whatever the cost of the observers just to get melons. So that's a little expensive, but not too bad. So what I want to do here is I'm going to show you how to create a mine cart system that I'm going to have attached to mine in our survival world. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to grab ourselves a hopper. We need a repeater. We need a comparator, some redstone dust. We need a torch. And then we need some rails. So we're going to go powered and then not powered. And then we're going to get ourselves a mine chest, whatever you want to call that. Minecart chest. There we go. So we're going to get rid of this thing right here. We're going to go ahead and collect our melons. That way we can throw in them later. What we're going to do is this hopper is going to be facing down like that. All right, so what we're going to do is the other thing that we're going to need is that I forgot to do earlier is we'll just grab our rails later. We need to have a stopping point. All right, so that's going to be our stopping point for our rail system. So what's going to happen, and you could have this really however you want this to work. So this is just a quick example of what I would do. So we're going to have a power rail there. Obviously, it's not powered because there's nothing to detect what's going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a comparator on the top of this stone here. And when that gets an update, this thing will turn on. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you that real quick. Let's just go ahead and throw a couple pieces in there. And comparator is now turned on because there are some slices in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig underneath there. And we're going to put power into that power rail. So we need a repeater there. And we need redstone dust. And then what we need is a block. Oh, I'm sorry. We need... the repeater actually goes here. I'm used to digging it down in my worlds. I'm sorry about that. And we're going to go... Okay, I got a redstone dust, and then we're going to put a block here, which I think we're done with the hoppers. We're going to do that there, and then we need a torch there. So when basically what's going to happen is when that is out, it's going to turn into a powered rail. So that works really nice for us. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of that power rail for now. And then we'll put the power rail back down. There we go. Perfect. So that is our starting system. It's going to stop and basically collect all the items and then send it along the way. Now, the only bad thing with this design right here is if the minecart is completely full, it won't ever leave the station as long as there's items sitting in here. So if this farm is huge and it's constantly getting melons, then you could have a little bit of a problem. All right, so we're just going to send our minecart down a little bit. We'll replace this one with torch here. And let's just grab a block and then power rail there. And then let's just send it, oh, let's say what's about here. All right, so now we need to unload it. So the next thing we got to do is put another power rail. And then we're going to put another block here. So I'm just going to use a grass block to stop this for now. You know it's a little ugly, but you'll have to forgive me for that. So what we need to do is we need to figure out what it needs to be dropping into. So we're going to do a hopper. So let's go ahead and actually grab a hopper and some stone like so. Okay, so hopper is going down. We're going to run it basically into a chest over there. So a chest will go here at some point. Let's replace that. All right, so we got that right there. We need the power rail on top. What we need is the comparator below. And we're going to go ahead and put our stone like that, okay? So what we need is we need a piece of... piece of dust there. I was going to say glowstone dust there, redstone dust, and there we go. So what's going to happen is, why is this not working? Oh, sorry. I got to put it on top. There we go. Oh, and I need it right there. So not on the side of the block, but in the middle, and now it's powered. So what's going to happen is when that chest comes down here and it detects that there's something in this system, it's gonna send it back. Was gonna power up, but as soon as it detects that there is something in it, it's gonna stop. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and throw some slices in here. So let's just throw 16 in for now. So now you can see that it's unpowered. And then when it's all done, it's gonna send it down to this one, and it will detect that there's something in there, and it's going to turn off the system, and it's going to put it down into the hoppers here. So if we connected up our chest, so we'll go ahead and grab one real quick. It will start flowing into our chests. So now when the farm is collecting, let's go ahead and change our tick count back up just a little bit. Okay, so that's too much, but now we're getting plenty of things. So what I want to do is let's go ahead and get, actually that's not bad. It's draining pretty good. We got pretty much a stack with that. That's about perfect. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna change up the tick count to about 200. See, this is what I mean though. If it was too quick, because it's not going to be able to fill it up fast enough. It's going to be stuck there if the farm is too big. So now the power rail powered off here, and it's sending it down here. And when this is completely unloaded, this will turn back on. The comparator will be released. The torch will turn back on, and then the redstone dust will be lit. How much time do we got left on it? Oh, we got a little bit left. Have we got any more watermelon? Oh, we got some melon coming. We got 11. Okay, I just updated the system there real quick. The cart should be coming down pretty soon. There it comes. So this is the system that I plan on designing in my world, and it's very useful. I actually use this for my mine system already. With other things as far as mining. I mean, I actually, instead of having a hopper or like this, I'll actually put a chest on top of the hopper, you know, on top of the hopper, and that will drain into this. And that's basically how I have my mining facility set up, so then I can put stuff into this chest, and it will unload into the hopper. Or into the minecart. So let's get rid of that for now. So it should be stopping. And the reason that we had that weird kind of glitch is it actually updated right as it was starting to leave the station, and it decided to power off. So that was another close call right there. But that's why you have to put like power rails really close to it so that doesn't happen. And that's what I was talking about earlier with the melon. Just kind of chilling out there because it's in front of the observer. So there's really nothing that we could do about that. So there we are. That is the crazy melon farm. That is my version of it. I've seen some other variations of this, but it doesn't take a lot of redstone. The observers are a little expensive and the iron hoppers, so just kind of play with it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys come up with a better way, definitely let me know down in the comments, because I want to hear what works well for you guys. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.